Prime Minister Lawrence Wong reaffirmed the government's commitment to easing cost of living pressures, stating that the additional support measures in this year's budget aim to assist Singaporeans. "We know cost of living is a big concern for residents. That's why in this year's budget, we have rolled out additional measures to help Singaporeans," he said on 23 March during his first visit to Aljunied GRC since assuming office. Speaking at a community event for seniors at Kovan Hub, Wong acknowledged that cost pressures are a global challenge. "But at least here in Singapore, we can work together. We can provide some help for Singaporeans, and we can all overcome our challenges and work towards a better future," he said. His visit to Aljunied GRC marked his second trip to an opposition-held constituency, following the release of the new electoral boundaries on 11 March. A week earlier, on 16 March, he attended a community event for young families in Anchorvale, Sengkang. During his time in Kovan, Wong was accompanied by grassroots advisors for Aljunied GRC and Aokong SMC, including Chan Hui Ya, Alex Yu, Victor Lai, Chua Eng Leong, Shamsul Kamar, and Marshall Lim. Lim also serves as the People's Action Party's branch chairman in Aokong. Addressing seniors at the event, Wong outlined the financial assistance they would receive under the budget. He noted that senior couples above 60 would receive a total of $2,400 in CDC and SG60 vouchers. Each spouse would receive $800 in SG60 vouchers, while their household would be entitled to an additional $800 in CDC vouchers to be distributed in May 2025 and January 2026. "We hope this will at least provide some help for your cost of living," he added. The event also promoted digital literacy and encouraged seniors to stay active through sports. Wong presented prizes to families who won a photo contest and penned a message for a time capsule commemorating SG60. Residents contributed 60 items of national, cultural, or local significance to the capsule. Chan, who chairs the PAP's Serangoon branch, urged seniors to join digital clubs to develop online skills, such as web browsing. These clubs, part of the Infocom Media Development Authority's Digital for Life initiative, are available in 40 community clubs and have attracted over 3,000 members. Following the event, Wong and Chan spent about an hour engaging with residents and stallholders at coffee shops and HDB shops in Serangoon North. Following the Straits Times Facebook post on Wong's remarks, netizens voiced their frustration, criticizing what they see as temporary measures rather than long-term solutions to rising costs. One user commented that the government keeps giving excuses, claiming that the rising cost of living is a global issue, yet their response has been nothing but short-term fixes. They noted that every year, more vouchers and one-time payouts are rolled out, as if they are real solutions to the ongoing struggles of ordinary Singaporeans. The user added that vouchers do not address the long-term issues driving up costs, such as stagnant wages, high housing prices, and rising utility bills. "They only serve as a band-aid, distracting us from the bigger picture," the user remarked. Another user criticized Wong for making things worse by increasing GST and other taxes, only to distribute vouchers as supposed aid. "Same as making you fall, breaking your legs, and giving you free crutches as help," the user remarked. Echoing similar sentiments, one user stated that the Prime Minister should not blame global factors alone, as the rising cost of living is largely due to internal policies. They accused him of worsening inflation and increasing the financial burden on Singaporeans. "Giving out chicken wings only treats the symptoms and not the root cause," the user said. Many netizens argued that the government's policies have worsened inflation, making the cost of living even more unbearable. One user commented that while inflation is a global issue, the PAP government has made it worse compared to Singapore's regional neighbours. "Cost of living inflation here is easily double what other countries are facing," they noted. Similarly, another user questioned why the government decided to increase GST at this time, when the cost of living is already a global concern. "Why still increase GST at this point? Adding fuel to the fire," they remarked. Others urged the government not to dismiss inflation as merely a global issue, stressing that domestic factors have significantly worsened the situation. "There are many domestic factors that push up inflation," one user said. They pointed to the timing of the GST increase, profiteering by hawkers and merchants, and rising medical costs due to unchecked price hikes by doctors and hospitals. One user argued that the inflation is global narrative only tells half the story, while acknowledging that Singapore imports most of its goods and that some inflationary pressure is unavoidable. They said local policies have significantly amplified costs. What makes things worse is how local policies amplify these costs, and that's a direct result of government decisions. They listed GST hikes, COE bidding wars, petrol duties, ERP charges, high land costs, and the lack of proper taxation on multiple property owners as factors that add layers of inflation beyond global price increases. Another user echoed similar concerns, arguing that the root cause of Singapore's rising cost of living is not just global inflation, but also government policies that unnecessarily drive up prices. They pointed to high COE prices, rising GST, soaring housing costs, and utilities as significant burdens. These are government-imposed factors that make an already bad global situation even worse. While acknowledging that extra cash, vouchers, and U-Save rebates provide short-term relief, the users stressed that they do not address the underlying issue. They suggested that the government should focus on re-evaluating the COE system, improving housing affordability, controlling excessive government fees, and ensuring that wages rise in proportion to living costs. So instead of asking whether vouchers help, the real question is, why is the government making us rely on handouts instead of fixing the policies that caused the problem in the first place? The user asked.